Minnie has come to the RAF Museum at Hendon to see if she can discover what happened to her father after the Battle of Heligoland Bight.
Hello.
Hello.
You Peter?
I'm Peter. Welcome to the Royal Air Force Museum.
Thank
we go to the archive?
Yes.
She's arranged to meet curator Peter Devitt, who has been researching RAF documents from that time.
This is one of the original copies of Air Ministry Bulletin number 324, and they're press releases. They're written by the Air Ministry and then they're given to the press to print. You see, several airmen have been decorated for their part in the battle. And there you see a little bit about your father. But there's a long interview with him, and he's the only one in the battle, as far as we know, who was singled out in this way.
Aircraftman Driver began life in Swansea, but he is not Welsh. His mother is Scottish and his father is a Yorkshireman. He appears to have inherited the tough qualities of both Scotland and Yorkshire. His father is a wool buyer, and his occupation meant that drivers were seldom in one town for more than a few years. That's why he was born in Wales. On leaving school, he became a clerk in his father's firm, hoping to learn the wool business.
There's quite a lot of information about his background, about his roots.
And he comes from very humble beginnings. But why would they do that?
They want to stress that he's ordinary. He's not a Superman.
Right.
So that they can encourage other ordinary young men and women
To be heroes.
and also maintain public confidence in the way the Royal Air Force is conducting the war.
Get them to focus on the upside as opposed to the fact that it was a fairly bloody defeat.
It is, exactly that.
Wow.
But it also appears in the Times. Sunday Times, December 24th, 1939. This is the national press now, you see. They're talking about a young gunner.
This young gunner expressed the greatest admiration for his sergeant pilot. We shall never know how the pilot managed to control his aircraft through such difficulties, he said.
You can see he's very modest. He wants to talk about his pilot, but his story is being, if you like, managed.
Right.
As a means of turning this into a sort of a victory.
Right.
He is now firmly established as a hero.
Right. What happened to him after the Battle of Heligoland?
Well, if we look at his service record, you'll see his home address, Stockton-on-Tees,
County Durham.
County Durham. And we know he went back there because he appears in the local press. This is the Stockton-on-Teesside Weekly Herald, Saturday, December 30th, 1939. And there's a reference here to his mother.
Oh, where?
And there she is, talking to your father.
That is the first picture I have ever seen of my grandmother. Wow, look at that. Air Gunner Charles R. Driver, the Stockton RAF hero, photographed at his home. He is showing his mother the gloves which protected his hands when he beat out the flames in the bomber during the Heligoland raid.
So, he's gone back home and he's in uniform. How long did he stay there? I mean, what was he discharged? What was the...
If we return to his service record, you'll see he receives the medal in March 1940. And then the next entry we have is this.
What is that?
That's discharged.
Discharged?
From the RAF hospital at Matlock.
Oh, no.
So, what is the RAF hospital at Matlock?
It was a psychiatric hospital.
Poor Dad. Does it say how long he was there for?
We just know he was discharged.
Well, that's good, he got out. I mean, it reads like a movie script. You wouldn't believe it if you read... I mean, it would seem unbelievable what he did at 18. Being shot down, putting out a fire, saving his pilot. That then being used as propaganda, and how it must have looked to his friends, to other aircraftmen. He was somehow being singled out. I know what it's like to be singled out when you've asked for it, and to have a lot of media attention when you've asked for it. When you haven't asked for it, and you are not used to it, and you don't know what to do with it. I can only... I'm not surprised he ended up in a hospital.